barrier, his barrier has caused all kinds of conundrum on the internet. Some of them are funny, some of them are political conspiracy theories, some of them are life lessons, and some of them are just the truth staring you in the face. Now, if you are familiar with what I'm talking about, the picture of five living presidents who attended former Jimmy Carter's uh, burial in America, had a sitting section or a sitting segment of Kamala Harris, of Donald Trump, sitting very close to Barack Obama. There was Hillary Clinton. There was Joe Biden. There was like they were all seated like very in very close proximity to each other. And then the one that struck everybody the most was the fact that Donald Trump and Barack Obama were making small talk, and they were even smiling and seemed like they were having a good time. And trust people to go off, Americans themselves went off on that particular sitting arrangement, and facial expressions and all kinds of things could be made out of that particular video or photograph, depending on the one you're able to find your hands on. Now, we have this on social platforms. You can join us live even now on YouTube. It's High Voltage News. Please like, subscribe, and share. All right. But the idea is to continue to share breaking news with you, tell you what's going on in the world, and keep you updated. All right. So this is analysis and reviews of all that's been going on this week especially. Okay, you can also call into the studio to share your thoughts with us on any of the stories that have struck you this week as well. Okay, so you can call 0706 048 5853. You can also call 0915 570 47. Okay, my name is Mavis Atudume, and of course, we'll be reviewing the news together this morning. Let's go straight to the Vanguard News and tell you insecurity. Nigerians lose loved ones, shed tears, and now live in fear. If you don't know what I mean, or what this particular headline is saying, that means we probably are not living in the same country. But I must tell you that since this week, the stories that have come out insecurity related is enough to have the country running around. It's enough to have everybody sitting on the edge of their seats. It's enough to have emergency meetings. It's enough to see government forums. It's enough to see a running around of people who are supposed to be in charge. But I've noticed something in this country: when crisis like this, when serious chaos like this happens, there is something that the elites do. They maintain what I call a supreme silence that is very, very, it's mind-blowing. And let me tell you, you have to be a professional to maintain that level of calm in the midst of chaos. Now, I know that there is a lot of good that can come with what I'm saying if you look at it with some technicalities, but looking at the seriousness of the situation, this is not some medium problem that we are applying some level of logic. No, this is an entire country where certain mistakes and certain strategies don't make sense. Do you understand? Like certain strategies and certain mathematics don't make sense, especially in cases like this. Are you listening to the things that we've been saying? We're talking about terrorists running people out of communities, attacking military bases. When these things were happening, you told us to relax, that it wasn't a big deal. When I reported here that they had taken over the military base, the largest military training camp in Nigeria, that was in Yobe State. It was a thing. It was in the news. They told us 5 communities large. They said the training ground was worth 5 communities, and that the Lukarawas were running them out of Yobe State. And everybody told us that it wasn't enough to be worried about. In fact, the National Assembly, I remember that I read this particular one myself. They said that the Lukarawas only had 32 members to their name, and that they were not enough reason for Nigerians to be worried. Did you hear
the names that they call themselves. They said that they were terrorists and they were bandits. But over here in Nigeria, we seem to negotiate with these people. We seem to rehabilitate these people back into our communities. We find technicalities to prove why they make sense. And now this morning, Southeast contributes to 40% of the ransoms paid in 2024. That's the truth. Like the ransom paid in 2024, paid to terrorists and bandits and rascals in our community, in our country. 40% of these ransoms came from the Southeast. So let me remind the people in charge. Let me remind the governors. Let me remind all of you. It's happening. It's happening. It doesn't matter the hush hush. It doesn't matter whom you arrest. It doesn't matter whom you attack for saying it. You must stand up. And this is the reason why there are no foods in our market. Food price and food cost is over the top. Nobody can afford anything. Because these people are making the farms so unsafe and you're acting like you don't know it. Our farmlands are so unsafe. They're burning the farms. They are attacking the farmers. They are raping the women in the farms. They are causing havoc in our society. You have kept calm. The North, you have the audacity to tell us that you are rehabilitating terrorists. You did it in numbers. You did it in numbers in the former administration. Something that is unheard of. Nobody has ever heard of the kinds of things that you people say here, that we are rehabilitating criminals and giving them startup funds. You cannot make these things up. But we only draw the line if someone says it. I mean, the government, an entire federal government, can announce to its people that it is rehabilitating terrorists in numbers, in hundreds. They say things like this, but they have a problem if someone else decides to make sense out of it. You can say it, you can do it, you only call a problem when someone decides to say, look at this thing that you've done, it doesn't make sense. This thing you've done is endangering our lives. That's the only time it's a problem. But you can go ahead and do stupid things, stupid things. Very dangerous games that you play here, very carelessly you play them. What do you mean? What are we talking about? Now we have these people attacking soldiers and wasting soldiers away for us. Now you can't blame people who assume that this kidnap business is some business venture for some of you, because the things that are on the news this morning will blow your mind when it comes to this insecurity business. You people are not taking it seriously. You're acting like you have the control of it, but you don't. You can't control this sort of menace. It will swallow everybody up eventually. Nobody is safe from tactics like this. This is very dangerous. The carelessness, the oblivion that you people in the power sector are pretending to be rolling over is going to affect us all if you are not careful. What is this recklessness? You're being too reckless. And now Tinubu orders probe into soldiers killing in army base attack. Are you listening to this? They are so bold. They are attacking your military bases. This is so careless. This is so reckless. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate. When they went out to advertise on social media, because they did, they advertised on social media, they offered people incentives, they offered almost like a good job advertisement, where there is preps and props for you to earn. They were offering 1 million naira and other incentives to people to join them as terrorists. And when that story came out, because it came out, trust the social media X, follow Twitter to call it. And Twitter called it. I said, look, these people are announcing because the videos were out there. They were really announcing and advertising for northern youths to join them. And this is the same North that you complain to be the poorest in this country. You complain that they have the highest number of Almajiri. You complain that they have the highest numbers of out-of-school children. And it's not like a complaint, it's a real thing, because you are taking all their resources. Only God knows what the northern governors are doing with the resources in the north. Only God knows what they do with the monies that they receive from this country. So you have all of these problems, and then you have this terrorist problem, and they are advertising to your children who also have tendencies of becoming so, and nobody said anything. This did not trigger your governors to run around, but when they wanted to disprove the tax reform bill, which they are still working on, all of them ran around, they held meetings, they went wherever they needed to go to make sure that they shut that bill down. And up until today, the president, in the person of President Bola Tinubu, who has managed to implement everything he said he will do, at least for now, has not been able to put down the tax reform bills. Why? Because the northern governors have been sitting on it. They don't want it to happen, and they've made sure that it's not happening. But you wonder, you don't see them become this agitated when it comes to this terrorism business. Everybody keeps absolute mum. They are completely quiet and silent. Nobody says nothing. So the thing is, it's either we're watching what's going on and we're understanding what it is that we're seeing, or we want to all pretend that all of this is not happening. Yeah, we can all act like all of this is just, we wake up every day and it's what we see. No consequences, nobody's doing it, no pattern followed, nothing. It's just everybody doing as they please. No coordination, no plan, no respect for each other, no respect for our country. Because I'm not talking about love now, because love is a far cry from our attitude to this country. We don't like it here. Obviously, we don't care about this place. Obviously, we might not even like our children. Obviously, we probably don't even care about our future, because if we do, our behaviors will be way different from what it is right now. The self-centeredness has blinded us all. We're not seeing. We're all blind and deaf and daft. We're not understanding anything that's happening. We just want to eat right now, right today, and buy the car today. For me, for now, right now. That's what we're doing. Nobody cares what we'll be seen to have lived for. What is it that we lived for? What's our integrity? What did we do? And while I'm asking this collectively as a nation, ask yourself these questions in your families, in your homes, in your life. Is this how you want to be remembered? Would the people coming after you say you did them proud? Or are they going to come and have only complaints and complaints and complaints and complaints? Like up until now, we're still receiving our butcher's loot. We receive it, and next week we borrow money. Oh yes, we've received billions in our butcher's loot. Only God knows where it come out from, right? Or we received them, or we retrieved this, or we retrieved that, and we collected that, and we got that. And tomorrow we are borrowing 2.5 billion from China. So what happens to all these monies you said you've recovered from loots? Oh, you don't even know. Even in the EFCC is prosecuting 10 of her officers for stolen jewelries from the EFCC coffers. Let me tell you, we are taking this to the next level. The greed that is encroaching all of us is about to swallow us. Everybody is in on it. Nobody is spared anymore. The disrespect is everywhere. Nobody cares about how they will how they will look if they are caught in the stupidity of what they are doing. Nobody cares anymore. It's like committing a crime in this country is almost like you get some kind of backwards kudos, like wow, well, you can steal. That is a fantastic thing. It seems that is what we are doing in this country with our actions. It seems like if you are able to commit certain crimes, they call you by the corner and give you some sort of thumbs up, because it doesn't make sense to me. Did I tell you about Yahaya Bello? Yahaya Bello of APC, former Kogi State Governor, who was supposed to report to the APC, to the EFCC, but it was such a conundrum. You need to go back and read up about Yahaya Bello's journey with the EFCC. It is unbelievable. They had to beg him, his party members, that's the APC, had to beg him and ask him to please report to the EFCC because he was making the party look bad. And this is a man that the EFCC have pursued for 2 months plus. They couldn't find him. They've even had altercations with other police force who were guarding him, and there was an interchange with the security agents just because they couldn't get to him. It's that serious. And when the APC makes the statement and calls his attention to the fact that he might be making the party look a certain way because while they were looking for him, they got Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State arrested with immediate effect. It wasn't difficult to find him. So PDP in Delta started asking them why it was so quick to pick Ifeanyi Okowa up, while Yahaya Bello, who they've been asking to report to them for months, have not reported. And the APC made that statement, asking Yahaya Bello to make himself available to the EFCC, which he did in a matter of days. And he was slumped with a 500 million naira suit, over 80 billion naira alleged misappropriation and embezzlement. And you should have seen the day his matter was decided in the Supreme Court in Abuja. It looked like we were having a ball at the court. They had smiles on their faces, grin that was as large as a baby who was having a birthday party. So we must own up to the fact that when all of this blows up in our faces, we must be honest enough to say that we saw it coming, because what we cannot continue to do is to always feign shock when the consequences for our actions comes back to bite us. We must also, take that with the audacity at which we perform some of this wickedness that we do in this country. Now, you can join me in this conversation. The number is to call 0706-048-5853. You can also call 0915-570-8347. The phone lines are officially on. We are open and we're also live on YouTube. Please go join us live right now. Comment, like, and share. Good morning to you. Are you there?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. I'm doing fine. How are you?
Yeah, fine. The market is
welcome, sir.
Yeah, I'm really worried this morning on the wages now, because you are a different person from what I had yesterday for you in the studio.
What did you hear?
Security, the way the military is being attacked, the farmers are not safe, the road is not safe, even Benue State, the super connection is not safe. You are just lamenting. But yesterday, you allow your guests to overrun you. You allow your guests to hoodwink you, telling you that the insecurity in Nigeria is being downplayed.
You should, Mr. Vin Martins. Mr. Vin Martins. Can I respond to you? Can I respond to you, Mr. Vin Martins? Can I respond to you? Can I respond to you? Today, I am talking about the insecurity in the north. Now, can you listen to me? Can I please explain something to you? Now, my guest, if you listened properly, my guest is an Igbo investor who had come back from the United States. Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me, sir? Good. He was trying to give a perspective of our Igbo as someone who didn't live here, as someone who lived abroad, and who was trying to advocate to other Igbo people to come home and invest at home, citing that the insecurity was not as bad as it was advertised to them who live abroad. I don't know if you are understanding me.
Right.
Thank you very much. That is what the young man was trying to, that is his actual campaign. Gaius Chibeze is someone who advertises to other Igbos in the diaspora that whatever it is that they are hearing about how our place is a no-go area, because I don't know what you hear about Igbo and Igbo over there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I just hope that he is listening to this program this morning. That is one. Two,
okay.
Chilekata is what to be celebrated.
It's not.
Want to be celebrated.
It's not
just because he was American president, but because he attained that level of 100 years. Worry.
okay.
An American president being in that podium or whatever, it's not a
Okay.
big deal. We have our own leaders here. People like Gowon is alive.
Okay.
Nigeria is alive. Buhari is there. Jonathan is there. People are here. So they are already here as well.
Okay.
And this is the corporate. Did you watch what happened in the swearing in of a Ghanaian president?
Oh yes.
Where we had Jonathan, where we had Obasanjo and the president. We are the extended presidency. And if you watch closely, you begin to wonder. Look at the attire, the Yoruba attire between Obasanjo and the president. The same fabric, the same design, the same color, the same cap,
Okay.
and the same presidency.
Okay.
I wonder whether they planned it or it was a coincidence. I
Okay.
don't know. If one school of thought will say it is a coincidence,
Okay.
another school of thought may say it was a plan. It was a plan
Okay.
between them. And look at the kind of laughter that came down from Obasanjo's face when he was a Senate president with the president Tinubu. And when you now look at it from a very other angle, you think that these guys are really a lot ahead. So I want to really tell you that what happened.
But do you the question is, do you really think that these guys are at loggerheads, or it's just the politics drama? What do you think?
No, they are not. They are not.
They are not. They are not at loggerheads,
They're not.
right?
If you watch Papa, I told you that was you go to Obasanjo, tell him that he should not support the Tinubu, and he will support you. And look at it. They wore the same design, they wore the same color, the same fabric, everything. They say Yoruba fire, they even presented Yoruba force in that swearing in before
Yes.
Nigeria. That's it. So, my dear sister, I'm very happy for your analysis. Keep it up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vin Martins. Do have a lovely day ahead this morning. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. All right. You can still join the conversation 0706 048 5853. Good morning.
Good morning, Maybe.
Greetings to you.
How are you doing this morning, my dear?
It's all right. It's all right. How about you?
I'm wholesome.
Very fantastic. You're welcome.
Okay. My name is Amos Chuku. As usual, I'm reaching you from Ezago, initially local government area of Ebonyi State.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay, yeah, topic this morning is quite very interesting. Some of the news in the papers
Yes.
are quite very interesting, okay? I want to start by saying that in politics, what you have is permanent interest. You don't have permanent enemy. Okay, just all these razzmatazz between our politics are just just to confuse the onlookers.
Okay.
But in their personal, these things does not affect their own personal relationship
It doesn't.
with each other. Okay. Now, away from that, let me talk about the insecurity.
Okay.
The insecurity in Nigeria is, in fact, it has become a recurrent decimal. And any problem that is neglected, when the fire sparks in a deep proportion. So those things are some people are benefiting from this security. And especially in the north. That's why sometimes it baffles me when I see these heavy roadblocks across our roads. Okay? I don't see the reason why we should do this in the southeast. Because we don't have so much insecurity here in the south compared with the north. But when you see a whole lot of roadblocks, okay, along our roads. Do you understand me?
Yes.
So they should deploy these soldiers and policemen to the northern part of the country where you have a heavy, insecurity there. So that's what I'm saying. And again, the current administration, when it was said that P2B, was criticizing the government. But for me, P2B is just providing an advice for the government in place, okay? For them to sit up Because Peter Obi has done it all, and he's a figure in Nigeria, I must tell you. And this is somebody we will clamor for to be a citizen of this country. But because of the cabal, it denied that opportunity. You see what is going on in Nigeria. So the government in the day of the day should not say that they should not pretend. I must say they should not pretend because we have insecurity. This security in Nigeria is alarming, I must tell you.
It is.
It's alarming, especially in the north.
It is.
And it's a hard time the government should do something about it.
It is.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amos Chuku. God bless you. Thank you for calling the program. You can also drop your comments and contributions with us this morning. Please remember to keep your comments clean, simple, and civil. Let's not break any rules while we're at. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Melvin.
Greetings. Where have you been?
I've been enjoying myself.
Oh, that is good. I like how you say that. Like, if they pain them, make it pain them. I get that.
I've been enjoying this is my best Christmas ever.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know about you. I'm
Please.
thinking about myself.
Look at that. Please, I'm very happy for you. I'm very, very happy for you. Congratulations.
I'm just being honest because even the people around me, the way they were shooting fireworks, I was wondering why people complaining about poverty when these fireworks are behind and this particular fireworks are very sophisticated. They are not people.
And to think that the IGP told us no fireworks for 2024. I don't know where you people got all those fireworks and bangers.
The ones they were shooting this year, I was wondering. Anyway, I heard the governor gave the 150,000 each. All the civil servants to enjoy their extra.
The same Ebonyi state that teachers protested non-payment of salaries from October, November, December. Are we in the same Ebonyi?
Teachers are different from the core civil servants.
Okay, from the core civil servants in Ebonyi.
Yes.
150.
Yes. You know, you get them 100 in 2023.
Okay.
Then this year, this 2024, you get them
150. Okay. Here and them, sure, they have issues over there. But whatever he's doing to appease that situation, I like it. I like
so people at least somehow, I mean, didn't support so much.
So you're saying Christmas in Ebonyi was hot? That's what you're saying? That's
nice. It was okay. At least in my own area, it was okay.
That's good. That's
I'm
good.
telling you. I'm not being very honest.
I like it. I mean, this is the best news you've given us on this program this year, so we're happy to take it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, talking about insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
Your last caller said that they should go to the north and that there's insecurity in the south. I was just laughing. He just read that the south is pay 40% of the ransom.
For 2024.
For 2024.
That's
and
right.
people is telling you that there is no insecurity in the south, they should go to the north. I hope the man knows what he's saying. 40% in one geographical zone out of 6.
I know. It was shocking this morning to see it.
So for someone to come and say there is no insecurity in the south, that is in the north, if police and army give those checkpoints, it will be very, very worse.
Oh, you're saying if these policemen that we have on our roads now, if they leave the roads, is what you're saying?
It might they're not doing anything. But if they leave the roads,
Okay.
It's going to be worse.
It's going
So
to
let
be
them
worse.
stay there, because at least if criminals see policemen and military checkpoints, they do everything to do with extreme caution. You get?
Okay.
So let them just be there for at least maybe, just, scare them a little bit. Because if they leave that place, it's not going to be fun. Because the people that are paying the money to these kidnappers and all that are really healthy. Last year they paid about 2.something trillion as ransom. After that 2.something trillion naira, 40% was from the southeast. That means that here is just unsafe. I just hope this year is going to be better. But I hope both the local government chairman, governors, and the presidency get fully involved to fight this insecurity. The menace which must be fought. You get? So that at least foreign investors can come here Another problem we have in Nigeria is problem of poverty. That's the main problem we have in Nigeria, poverty. Take all the poor countries like Afghanistan, Somalia, insecurity is high in these countries. When I was growing up, I was hearing a hungry man is an angry man. But today, you are saying, is that a hungry man is a dangerous man? You get? It's a change from a hungry man is an angry man. A hungry man is a dangerous man. So any little thing you do to sway them into crime, they will just go into crime. Give them guns, give them maybe little money, they'll go into crime. And like I said, sometimes we are under police. And we are undermanned. And as long as you're under police and we're undermanned, I mean, it's going to be difficult. So let's hope that this is going to be better. Because if the place, if we are not safe, foreign investors will not come here. The poverty we are trying to fight. People can come here and invest and create jobs for us. Because if no investor will come into this country, put his money, when he knows that if he comes in here, terrorists will run him over. If they have the guts to attack military formations, then you know that it's a very serious thing. Good morning, Melvin. Thank you for having me.
Good morning, dear Emmanuel. Thank you for calling the show this morning. This is crazy. All right, but I also wanted to mention about perspective. You know, that is why we have created this platform. Perspective. It's the big elephant in the room. Everybody is touching a different part of the elephant and trying to explain it from where they see fit. So you must understand that we're making room for everybody's point of view. That is the idea. All right. Good morning to you.
Hello, maybe I call back.
All right.
Yeah, this is the voice of Amos Chuku.
You're welcome back, Amos.
Okay, I just want to repeat some certain things.
Okay.
What the last caller said.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, you know, I was saying that, you know, having a checkpoint is good. And it's quite commendable, but I'm talking about the multiple checkpoints. That's what I'm talking about. That is the problem.
Yeah.
The multiple checkpoints. Because if you had that opportunity to travel from Enugu to Anambra State, you could align with my thoughts, right?
Yeah.
You would find out that you have a multiple checkpoints there, and the most worrisome aspect of it is that these policemen, they collect you know, ransom. They stop money from the road users, from the promoters and drivers. Okay?
Yes.
With me. That's what I'm talking about. You know, having a checkpoint, you know, continue to do a certain thing, the same thing at the same time, and you continue achieving the same result. It's a counterproductive. The modus of operandi of the police along our roads is not encouraging. If they could change their operational tactics, you know, by, you know, moving, using their vehicles to rotate, you know, to move around, that could be more appreciable.
Okay.
You understand me?
Okay.
Than collecting, you know, extorting our drivers. That's what I'm talking about.
I hear you.
You know, where you continue to do the same thing and achieving the same result, it's not good. They should move around. You know, use their operational vehicles to move around along the road. You know, I think you're getting my point.
I am with you.
That's what I'm talking about. So having a checkpoint is good, but the modus of operandi is not good. Okay, that is the function I'm talking about. And it's so glaring that they're doing this in the public domain. You understand me?
Yes.
So thank you, my dear.
Thank you very much, Amos. Have a good day as well. Extortion, you have to see that for yourself. The extortion is real. All right. I've had some analysts who come here also say that it's so lucrative to be posted down here as a security agent, especially with the police, because down here they make a whole lot of money. Imagine us constituting 40% of ransom paid in the country as a region. That is mind-blowing. Good morning to you.
Charles, I call back.
Okay, welcome back, Charles.
Well, I was going to say that the police should be moving around with their vehicles. It's like it's what a lot of foreign films. This is not NYIP we are talking, or LAP we are talking about here.
Okay.
This is Nigerian police. You know how much it's for a liter? You know,
are you saying we cannot? Are you saying we can't afford? Okay.
It's going to cost a lot of money.
Okay.
So that police checkpoint is what you are used to. You let them see NYPD, their last budget 2024 was $10.6 billion. Beyond the $10.6 billion, that is why you see patrol cars in United States and all those foreign countries. You get $10.6 billion to run the entire Southeast for 1 year. That is what NYPD. So if you are watching for this, if you see policemen moving around, that is not practicable here. So the best you can have is police checkpoint. I don't want to understand what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
If they make me a governor or a president, I won't even afford it. So don't stop saying things that that are not practical. But this is Nigeria. You get?
Okay.
If you have police checkpoints that are there to man and maybe like, I mean, if we have maybe I don't know like whether it's too much. Like if you go to that absolute now, if you remove those police checkpoints, the level of the kidnapping that goes on there is frightening. That's the best thing we can afford. And the only thing that let them be professional about it. You get? But tell me that you should remove the checkpoints. I mean, that doesn't make any kind of sense. Thank you. Good morning for having me.
Yeah, thank you very much, Charles. You just gave me something to think about, because what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? We're supposed to have these checkpoints, okay? It makes sense, but I'm just wondering at what point does one get out of a certain way of doing things? Like, must we do things the same way over and over again? Can't we try something else? I think it was Amos who mentioned something about doing the same thing and expecting a different result. The white man calls it madness. It is actual madness for one to continue to do the same thing and expect that the same thing he does will give him a different result at some part of the journey. And I can tell you, it's not like I've lived too long, but I've lived long enough. And I can tell you that we've been doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And the madness is that we're expecting this same pattern of ours to give us a different feel. We're hoping that bad elections will give us a credible president. We're hoping that, bad decisions would somehow turn around, because here we are, we make very terrible decisions and then we come back the same way that the RCCG is trying to do a 180-day prayer session for the country. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Advertise very, very discreditable individuals, all right? Put the most nasty people in power, put the most weird, questionable characters, put them in authority, put the most clueless people in power, give them authority, give them sovereignty, and then come back and start to pray. Come back and start to be confused. Come back and you can't feed your children. We've done this over and over and over and over again. In 2027, there is a very strong possibility that we will do this again. Therein lies the problem. Therein lies the problem. We've been using the checkpoint systems. We've been using it, and now we have these same criminals that we've set up these checkpoints to protect ourselves from. They are getting bolder by the day. They're getting smarter by the day. Now they are holding down military bases in Yobe State. All right? They're holding them down. They're holding down these power plants in our nation. They are holding it down. And somebody thinks that this is a joke. Someone thinks this is a joke. It doesn't matter who says what. It doesn't matter who thinks what. All right? Nowhere is safe. Not the north, not the southeast, not the south, not the southwest. Nobody is safe. The insecurity is everywhere. You think this is happening in the north? Ask the southwest. Let them tell you what their communities are becoming. Slowly but surely. The southeast is not exempted. You're paying 40% in ransom. So just because you're not screaming doesn't mean it's not happening. So we must all pretend like it's really happening. Maybe it's time to pretend now that it's happening, because apparently we don't know how to act when things affect us. For some reason, it seems like if we actually admit that something is wrong, or if we admit that something bad is happening, then it feels like it's an indictment on us. It's okay if we all keep pretending it's not happening. How dare you say that there is insecurity? No. And Mr. Vin Martins, please, there was no time that my guest claimed there wasn't insecurity in the East. Please, he never said that. He thinks that the Southeast deserves better. He's trying to tell our brothers and sisters out there to come home and create jobs. I've asked some of you, where will your children school in the same Southeast that you claim to love so much that the only investments you make here are hotels? I've asked you. With the cost of education, will all your children be receptionists at hotels? I've asked you these questions and nobody wants to answer. And now you have young men who want to invest here so that our children will have jobs in the future. You say he doesn't want to admit there's insecurity in the East. Come on. Can we do better than that? Good morning.
I doubt we can do better. do you believe me?
I think so. I think we can do better.
Doing like this.
I think we can do better.
Work together. We lack synergy in the East. Especially our governors. They are working in cross purposes. Yes, they are working in cross purposes. I don't think it's a rocket science to develop the Southeast. But our governors, they lack that willpower to come together as people from the same region. People who speak the same language. They lack that cohesion, to develop. Right? Away from that, let me talk about the EFCC.
Okay.
Okay. In fact, I have said it times without number that we lack, this is what we call selective treatment.
Okay.
By the EFCC. Okay.
Okay.
But if EFCC is holistic in tackling corruption in Nigeria, I must say that the corruption would have been a thing of the past in this country. Okay, because we have what they call internal corruption in the EFCC sector. Okay, we have what we call that is internal corruption, and that is why you see some of the officers being dismissed. Being linked to corruption related offenses.
Of course.
Okay, I think we heard that they have dismissed about 27 officers.
Oh,
10
yes.
officers.
10 officers over theft.
But before they have dismissed about 27 of them. So what I want to say is that EFCC, they should do more than what they are doing now. For them to fight corruption, like I have said earlier before now, they have to start from the ex-president. Yes, I'm saying this without any contradiction. If they say that they are really fighting corruption in Nigeria, is it that those that have ruled as president are corrupt-free?
It seems in Nigeria, once you leave power.
For EFCC, are they corrupt-free? Because in a civilized nation, I don't think what some of our ex-presidents have done, the things that are committed while in office, that they are quite offensive enough to be investigated. Okay? So they should start from the ex-president if they truly want to fight corruption in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amos Chukwu. That story, let me try to give it to you in more details. Over $350,000 worth of jewelry reportedly missing at the EFCC office as Nigeria's anti-corruption agency detains 10 officers over the theft. Good morning to you. Hola, good morning.
Yeah, they must be calling you back.
Welcome, Vin.
I want to talk about Mocha and the issue we have with the LP candidate. Are you with me?
With who?
Yeah, the Mocha statement on OB here.
Yes. Please go ahead.
One of the hallmarks of democracy is credible opposition.
Okay.
The ruling party, because the beauty of democracy is opposition. The ruling party should be a little bit elastic in accommodating opposition and constructive criticism.
Okay.
And that is how democracy can thrive. Are you with me?
I am with you, absolutely.
Yeah, that is how democracy can thrive. That is on the part of the ruling party.
Yes.
Then the opposing party, the parties that are opposing, should
Yes.
a little bit be careful. They should be, because politics is a game. It's a
Okay.
complete game. You
Okay.
should be careful when to know how the ruling party is flying a kite. They will fly a kite. I don't want to fly a kite. One guy from the south or Moker or something like that, he fly a kite. And you fly the kite for 2-3 months. You change the color of the kite. You fly it for another 2-3 months. That bird is urging you from the position you're supposed to, move on with. They destabilize the opposition by flying that kite. So opposition should equally be careful to know who are kite flyers in the ruling party. Thank God bless you.
Thank you so much, Vin Martins. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that perspective. I don't know why the ruling party particularly does not want to hear any criticisms whatsoever. I don't have a lot of time, but I will give you just 1 minute. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Leslie.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, my dear. Chekunuma.
Very fantastic.
Okay, to go from Abuana Road.
You're welcome, sir.
You see, I have a different perspective concerning this fraud committed by the EFCC.
Please tell us.
To reflect, in as much as I do not support fraud today, you know, most of them are drawn from the police.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, few of them are recruited directly. Many of them are just police officers.
Yes.
When you look at some police officers who retired 2-3 years ago, you pity them because their benefits have not been paid. It's very, very unfortunate. I'm telling you. Recall last week or even early this week that the military pensioners
Yes.
have to organize a kind
Protest.
of
Yes.
protest
Yes.
before their pension could be paid.
It's true.
They did
It's
the
true.
same thing in November before they could give them their pension. I repeated it in December. So, the ordinary people who are not military, they are being owed 21 months arrears of pension.
21
And
months.
recall what the accountant general said, that the pension is not automatic, it's not a guarantee. These are the money deducted from their money. It is their money. You deducted it and you're supposed to keep it for them.
Yes.
All of a sudden, when they retire, they are now telling them that it's not automatic, it's not a guarantee. So if you are a serving officer and you know that when you retire, government is not going to give you anything, what do? Not to steal, because you know that the future is very, very it's not bright. So in as much as I do not support what they did, I do not equally blame them so much. About this, let me not lie. Many of them come out and become very, very poor and almost beggars after retirement.
All right, Mr. Okay. I wish you would have called earlier, but I really have to let you go because my time is up. Thank you so much, sir. All right. Have a beautiful day ahead. Thank you so much for calling my show this morning, and thank you for listening always. I'll see you again next week, Monday. Please, while you're out there today, can you try to be good to yourself and then to your neighbors? All right, you do that.